I am the type of person that pays compliments to strangers. A couple of weeks ago, I was in Amsterdam Central, and off a train, this lady came out. She looked so chic, so beautiful. She has the most simple of the dresses, yet it was so smart and chic. I can't say anything else because she just looked very elegant and effortless. So she was wearing like a sleeveless black cotton dress, and very simple but so pretty. And it had like a bodice, simple bodice. Maybe it had like something floaty around here, and then it had the like skirt similar to the skirts I make, just a skirt with a ruffle at the bottom and a nice big bow, all black cotton, and it just looks so, it fitted her beautifully. And she had this beautiful coral necklace and a straw bag, and I don't remember the shoes, probably tennis shoes because everybody wears trainers, you know. Anyway, she looked amazing, and I just said, "Oh wow, I love your dress," and she just had this big fat smile and looked at me and said, "Oh, thank you, I appreciate that." And then she just went off him, you know, and I kept on licking a little bit because I thought, I really want to make one. So I remember I have this beautiful tulip printed men's shirt. I got it because of the print. It's just so stunning, absolutely gorgeous. It's cotton, but it has the tiniest little bit of it's like elasticine. It's still a bobbin, but with a little bit of elasticine, enough to be actually quite comfortable when you move around. It moves with you, is what I'm saying. And I thought I really want to make, or trying to make, the dress that I saw on that lady, but with the bodice with this. Even though I love her dress and I thought she looked amazing, I I don't know if I want to have too much black going on. And since I've got this beautiful blouse shirt, I thought I have a go at doing this. This is supposed to be a very easy remake. I am gonna make the bodice out of this bodice, actually tailor the bodice of this shirt without the sleeves, and then just make myself a skirt with some of this cotton that I have. This is a duvet, a cotton 100% duvet, beautiful fabric, and I'm gonna make the skirt with a ruffle at the bottom, and I'm gonna make myself a belt as well. I'm gonna see if I could utilize some of the button of the shirt for the belt. So the belt, it might be either all of it or with this fabric and the black cotton. So let's make the lovely pinafore type of dress from the lady in the Amsterdam station. So this is how it fits at the moment. It's actually quite a lot of room. It's a very male fit, obviously. That's the back. It's quite a lot of fabric here. I don't know if you can see with all there's quite a lot of fabric here. And first things I'm gonna do is to get the sleeves off. I think the lady had something going on in the neck. I don't know if it was some fancies or something. So I'm gonna leave this for now and see how I feel. I don't normally like it, and this is quite stiff, this one. But I'm gonna take the sleeves off and basically do them from here. Do like a fairly big armhole, and then try it on and see what it looks like with the skirt. I already cut the pieces of the skirt, so this is the first half and this is the second half. I'm gonna be doing the skirt first, and then I'll put it on the level, and I'm hoping, I didn't measure anything, so I just went and I cut the fabric. I need to cut the fabric for the belt, but yeah, I can't wait to take these sleeves off. They're not great. As I'm wearing this shirt on, it's a man's shirt, so I keep on trying to button up the ones. It's kind of weird. But yeah, let's see how it goes. I am really excited about this. I have this shirt for the longest time, not knowing what I wanted to do. And so I hope this project is worthy of this shirt. Let's cut it off and see how I feel. So I tried the shirt, and this is where my shoulder ends. I'm gonna be cutting a little wedge but I'm gonna leave like 1 centimeter because I'm gonna finish it with a bias tape. It's the easiest way of finishing it. And also it's quite big, so I'm gonna be shortening it sideways a little bit as well. So I'm gonna copy that on the second half. I already cut it, but I think I might have to cut a little bit more. I cut it a little longer than I needed, so I can use the skirt, put the skirt on and see how it feels. But yeah, that is the what I'm gonna do for the shoulders and the sides. You know, every time I say this should be easy, you should have a drink. So much for trying to do something quickly. Anyway, I'm gonna show you what I have to do. I've got it up inside out because I'm gonna put a dart for the bust, and I need to reduce the size quite a bit in here as well. So the armhole is quite big, so I need to close it a little bit, and it's too big. I also have to cut the bag, the size of the bag. It was too low as well. So I'm gonna do all of this. So I'm gonna do all this adjustment, the dart and the sides, and then put the skirt on. Yeah, this is what happens when you think you could just winging it and oh, I'll just cut the top off and just put a skirt and I'll be done. Nope. It makes no much sense right now. It's like a tent, a black tent. Right, this is the frilly that I need to put at the bottom, and that's the skirt. So I'm gonna put my headphones on and just sew. The only way that you can get the bodies to fit to you properly is by doing lots of fittings. I have taken quite a bit of the back panel here. Let me see if I can show you here. I have taken quite a bit. It was about 2 centimeters in total of the back because it was way too long. So I've done that, and I've done the darts, and shorten the sides. And now all I've got to do is put the bias tape on the armhole. I ran out of black, so metallic gray it is. So I'm about to stitch the skirt to the bodice, and I just wanted to show you what I've done here. I cut the original vistas facing of the shirt, going towards the waistband. This is what the buttons are in the front, and I cut it and insert it so there won't be so much bulk in here. I think it's still too long, the bodice on me, but I'm planning to wear it with the belt, so I'm leaving it a little bit lower on my body. I've already hemmed the whole bottom because it was so long. I thought it's going to be so much difficult with all of the fabric, the skirt, the dress, everything. So I just go ahead and did that first. I hope I'm not going to regret it. And that is it with the belt. Let me get away a bit. So that is it with the belt. I actually really, really love it. I'm very happy with it. Let's try it on. Let me get a bit closer. What I might do, this is how it looks without. It's actually quite loose. I didn't tie it too much. The armholes are quite big because autumn is coming. I'm gonna wear a top underneath, like a black top or something. I've done the belt with the little around the corner of the belt. And what I might do is, because it's quite wide, I might stitch it to the side, or have like something like a little, how you call it? You know, these things in the side for the belt. Anyway, so it won't move from there. What do you think? I absolutely love it. I know I keep on saying this is my favorite, but this is I'm very happy with it.
It's our set.
I don't have it with me right now in the studio, but over the weekend I made my partner a lovely laptop bag. He picked one of the bags I made that he liked the colors, and he's been using it as a laptop bag, but it wasn't strong enough. It wasn't really meant to be a laptop bag. So I thought I'm gonna give you make a proper laptop bag. So my daughter saw it. I'm gonna put clips in here so you can see what I'm talking about. So it is Sunday afternoon, and I just wanted to sew. I wanted to make this cool patchwork. I've used some kind of wool that I have left, a little piece, and I have a few pieces of brown fabric and leather, and all sorts. And I just wanted to make some nice patchwork fabric to make a bag for my partner, a laptop bag. So that will be the front, and this leather that I took out of a jacket will be the back. So I'm gonna cut now and make it nice and neat and finish the bag. But I'm really happy with this. This fabric is very thin, but it does look like wood, and I think with the leather and this bit of I'm not sure if he's gonna like this one, but I like it, so I can always keep the bag if he doesn't like it. I love the fact that this fabric looks almost like wood. Look at how cool this looks like. I really like that little piece there. Anyway, I'm gonna do some tags for the handle with these little pieces of fabric. It has a little bit of a stretch that way, but we're gonna be using it this way, so it doesn't really matter. It won't snap. It will be strong enough for a laptop and everything. It'll be fine. I've made many bags for laptops for my partner and myself, and I've sold many. Never had a problem. So this is like really cool. I love all these browns and the leather. These were all pieces that didn't have a home. They do now. Okay, I think that is a better place to show you how this bag looks like. I am really pleased. Look at this. Look at this sleeve. It tickles me so much. The fact that I left that little bit of fabric there. Yeah, so that's the front. And that's the back. Made from a lovely leather jacket. And that's the... I think it's beautiful. I hope he likes it. So hopefully myself, my future editing Luz has done that, and I'm back to do this project. So my daughter saw that bag and loved the leather, loved the fabrics. There's a fabric, there's a rusty. Let me show you. The bag has this fabric and other pieces of leather. My daughter loved the bag, loved the design of all the little pieces of fabric, and especially this rusty one and the leather. And then I have this piece left from a jacket. I used this jacket thoroughly. It was a 1980s, you can see from the style, a 1980s leather jacket. And I loved the leather. So this is, I think, I might have another piece somewhere, but I think this is about what I've got left from that jacket. My daughter loved that bag, and she said, oh, can you do something that has that really rusty fabric and some kind of leather? So I thought, okay, I'm gonna do that. So I just been around the studio and I found this zipper. I have so many things Uh, when it comes to stuff to sew, fabric, notions, all sorts, I am a hoarder. I never thought I was a hoarder of anything else. When it comes to sewing and knitting and crochet, I am a hoarder. Embroidery, beads. Anyway, I found this lovely zipper, which is a metal, black metal, with like green, like army green. That's what I meant to say, like an army green. So this is gonna be the length that I'm gonna be using for a little bag. She wants like a little crossbody bag to put your phone, you know, headphones, your keys, everything. You know, in Amsterdam, everybody's bicycle is like your own car, so your keys are never really far away. You have to have your house keys and your bicycle key, so all those bits and pieces, and she wears it all the time. She has her backpack for school, but the little one to have those important things. So this is what I'm going to be making it, and I'm going to be using this kind of zipper because that's the length I found, and because it's a metal teeth, I'm not going to fight with it. I'm going to make it this length, which means that it's gonna be a little bit bigger. But then again, I'm making it for free for her, so she's gonna have to either use it or give it to me and I'll use it. So I've already cut like a little pattern. I just cut like the base of the bag. This is like the fabric that you put in the curtains, at the backing for the curtains, to either make it warm or just to block the, no, it's not to block the light, it would be to make it warm, I guess. Like a anti-draft kind of fabric. And I was in one of the markets, a fabric market, and this lady was just selling off all her stock, and she was saying, today's my last day, and she had like 4 or 5 meters of this. And I thought, well, I'm not making curtains, but this is fantastic for using for folders, for like laptop folders and iPad folders, and I've made so many of them and sold them. And they're great because there's enough thickness to protect the, you know, your electronics. So I'm using this as the base for the little bag, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be cutting some pieces of this and pieces of leather. She only wants these two, but I can't help myself, so I might see if I have like another piece of wool or something that I can mix up, because I think two things, doing a patchwork with two things is a little bit too restrictive. I like to go for 3 to 5 things if it's in a small item like this one. Probably 3 will do. If it's in a bigger thing, then I like to go from 3 to 7 different things, with 1 or 2 of them being tiny pieces that I am adding, and 3 to 5 of them being the protagonists. In here, 3 are going to be protagonists, with these 2 being the main plate, and a little bit of wool maybe the dessert. So we're going to be doing that, and this is the cheeky thing, is that I'm going to be making the lining with these little horses things. She doesn't know that, but I think she probably will be happy that I'm using it. I absolutely love the fabric. I think it's gorgeous, and I have another idea for the rest of the fabric, because I'm only going to be using 2 tiny little squares. So I think probably from the sleeves I can't even take even 1 sleeve. I can probably take all the fabric I need. So the rest of the shirt, I have a great idea to upcycle and do something else, because it's a lovely fabric. Why not? So let me start cutting and putting things together, and then I show you how we're getting on. Okay, so this is the lovely old leather. Look at how lovely the colors are. Very pretty. I don't know which part I'm going to use. I'm going to try to use as much of the character of the leather as possible. So maybe one side with it, maybe one side all leather, and then the front I just do a little bit of patchwork. So this is now is a wool. It's been used for something, I don't know what it is. It's quite a big piece, but I'm only going to be using a little bit of it, and I think it's the perfect dark contrast, because this is the other textile, so it's kind of light, medium and dark. I'm going to use a little bit of this, most of that and that. And I think these are all, so these are all of the textiles together. I think they're a really good combination of textiles. That's the zipper. And I have 2 blue plastic rings, but I think because the bag is small, I think these 2 will be fine. I'm using what I've got. I don't go and buy stuff. I always have a big massive stash of things that I thrift, hoping that one day I'll use it, and look, I am gonna use it. I cut this piece of the leather because I like this detail. I took the button off, but I might take it off where it came from and stitch it back once I finish. So I stitch a little piece of this fabric, and the idea is to do something like this to cover this bit here, and then place this here like that. So basically what I'm trying to do is to cover my piece of fabric where the bag is going to be. That's my pattern basically. And what I'm trying to do also is not to have too much like thick leather or fabrics or folded of any kind in here, because this is the edge where the zipper is gonna go. So the idea is to do my collage, whatever I want to do around here, like for instance like that, cut a little bit of that, fold it like this, and then stitch this piece like this as much as possible of all this lovely, maybe a little bit more even, so a little bit of the brown and a lot more of the leather. You know what will be nice if I leave this as a, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna leave this as a pocket. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna pretend that I was having that as an idea. I just thought about it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do this as the pocket. Yeah, I'll do that. So I'm just gonna stitch it on top of there and like this, and leave this open. I might, because it's a bit rough, I might put a little bit of fabric, maybe like that first, and then stitch it. So when you look at it, it's all, yeah, I might line it with this fabric first. But yeah, this is the idea for the front of the bag. From the back of the bag, I'm just gonna be cutting the rest of the leather, and maybe add a little bit more pieces of this, and make the second half. So I'll be back when I've done this piece. I'm back holding the camera with my arm. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I discovered. So this is the original pocket. I don't know if you can see it. This is the original pocket from the jacket, the leather jacket. And this is my new bag. I did a lacy lining of the leather. I simply stitched a fabric and just roughly cut so it will cover. So when I do that and you do that, you can actually see something nice. I mean, when you put your hand in, it's not going to flip like this. It's going to be stitched like this. But as you put your hand in, you will touch this. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to iron this very carefully, because I think this is very synthetic. It does feel very synthetic. So I'm going to iron it very carefully, and I'm going to stitch it as the inside of the pocket here. So you will see this inside and this. And then I'm going to stitch a little bit of the wool here. This is how I create my collage. I'll leave you alone now, and then I think I'm going to definitely put this button here, because I think it will look good.
It's our set.
I have the 2 sizes for the lining. I have to stitch some fabrics together because I only wanted to use the sleeve. I didn't want to use the shirt itself because I want to do something else with it. So it doesn't matter because it's a lining, so I stitch it. So now we're gonna attach the zipper and the little key rings, and it's done. I think my daughter is gonna love this bag. She said loads and loads of pockets, but how many pockets can you put in a small bag? Not many. I just realized, oh, I pinned the fabric a bit much here. I'm gonna have to undo this now. Look, see? Yeah, as I was tipping. Oh, and a double stitch as well. Okay, let's fix that. So I kept on looking on my drawers and I found these two, which is like a taupe color. These two are closer in color than the blue. I mean, I do like the blue, but I'm gonna use this because I know my daughter and I know she would. Actually, I don't know. I guess you'll see which one I use at the end. It is about an hour or so later, and I just finished attaching the bag and basically sewing the whole bag together. I just want to show you how many layers. It's like a big layer sandwich of layers. I always round the corners because it makes the bag a lot nicer when you turn it around. But I was just meant to say it is a lot easier to sew with a beast like my machine. But the truth is, I have sewn many bags with a small domestic machine. And that was even before I have my Bernina domestic, which is a little bit bigger and stronger. I sewed many bags with that, leather bags with that too. So the point is, even with this big machine, with all the layers, like when I need to go in the layers on the tab, when I need to go around the zipper, I'm just go slow and I take my time. And sometimes I just stop with pedaling and just go with the hand, one stitch at a time, so I don't break the machine, I don't break the needle, it doesn't jump off my face, and I don't make any mistakes. And just a little bit, just take care on the little bit that is a little thicker, and if you do that, you're fine. But yeah, let's turn this baby around. Let's cut the corner around. Look at how many layers. And this corner as well. Just so when I turn it around, there's not so much leather and all of this. I'm not even gonna cut all that much. I'm just gonna cut it so it's not too bulky. You always have to have a little opening in the lining and the opening on the zipper. I'm just finishing opening the zipper now, and take my time because the opening I did is not all that big. Should have left it a little bit bigger, but it's okay. Take your time and it should come out fine. Okay, just there we go. I might still put the button on the front pocket. I haven't done that yet, but I might still do it. It all depends how it turns out to be. Okay, let's push the corners out. Might sometimes help you, like the back of a crochet hook. I do that. I don't normally use scissors because scissors sometimes will punch through if you're not careful. And sometimes I'm just in the zone and I'm not being careful. So, this time I think with the fingers, I need to cut all these threads, right? And pull everything. Okay, obviously I need to close the lining. But guess what tags I went with? I went with original blue because I really fancy it. I think that the other one will also look good, but I decided to go with original blue. Right, that's the bag. Let me show you. A nice mess everywhere. So that's the little bag with the extra pocket at the front. The bag. I'm gonna put some weight on the. You can't really iron it because it's leather, but you can hammer it if you have a hammer. You can always hammer the carefully, not to mark the leather, but just as I'm doing it, massaging it a little bit, it will come out. I'm gonna find a handle, a strap, and yeah, I think it looked better with a button. I think I will definitely find a button like the one here. I'm putting it here. And yeah, that's the pocket.